Gen.G Esports just pulled off one of the biggest upsets of the RLCS season with their win over Gen.G. And in today's video, we'll be discussing exactly what helped them pull off this upset. So we're going to be taking a look at Game 6 here from the perspective of Calm. Now, if I had to describe the way OG was able to win this series in just a few words, the two words I would select are composure and vision. So as we look throughout this replay, we're really going to keep an eye on all the times that the members of OG, particularly Calm, are able to maintain composure even in situations that would cause a lot of players to panic. Additionally, we're going to be looking at the vision that these players have on the field, which helps them determine where they are going to play the ball in any given situation. So let's go ahead and roll this on forward and see what we got going on here from Calm that allows OG to take this win. So right out the gate, we're pushed upfield waiting for the pass over from Nolly. Not going to happen. But now immediately right here, we're going to see our first example of some good vision. So the ball rolls up the wall. Calm goes ahead and has control here. We see First Killer down here on the wall and Chronic as well on the backboard. So the open space on the field comes right from where Nolly got the demo. So we're going to try to push the ball up in that direction and then make use of these guys' awkward position to try to push the ball into the net early on. So good composure here as well to recognize the space. Almost gets the ball over the top, just not quite. Nolly with the good clear back in. And then again, good vision here as we rotate back. So first off, we're turning off ball cam because looking over our shoulder is completely useless. And then we can see J-Naps in a position who could possibly play the ball. And then as we recognize that no one's playing the ball currently, we're taking a look behind us to see what the situation looks like from the Gen.G side of things. Good control by J-Naps over to the side. Gonna go ahead and get another 50. And now again, this is good composure. We're just calmly sitting around on the field. We're not overutilizing boost. We're not moving around too quickly. And now again here, fantastic vision from Calm and composure in this situation. So the ball's moving around pretty quickly. Nolly pushes it towards the net. Chronic gets himself a clear. But now the important thing that Calm immediately notices is that both Gen.G players that we can currently see are stuck in the net, with the third one being somewhere off screen. So that tells us then that we have this entire corner to ourselves. So with the amount of boost we have, we can just let this ball roll over. And then as we take control of it, it is all about watching the challenge angles coming from our opponents to figure out how we can push this ball around them to get it into a scoreable position for our team. So as Calm takes the space here, he's going to go ahead, get control, sees Chronic challenging pretty low, so he's going to push the ball up high. Then we got First Killer on the backboard, so let's go ahead and just push this around him and give Nolly the possible chance to take the shots. Unfortunately, the pass goes a little bit too far, but Nolly does adjust quite well. Rotating back now. Just waiting patiently to see how J-Naps plays this. Again, recognizing the space we have available, not getting baited by Chronic pushing forward, just making sure we maintain that composure, understand what's happening on the field, and again, we'll basically take the ball around two players and almost have ourselves a goal. Rotating back now, we're going to jump up to cut this out, going to make sure First Killer can't have a free shot. And again, this is a pretty awkward situation for the OG defense, but Calm is going to be perfectly content to just drive his way around the field here. And again, we're going to see some nice patience here from Calm, just sitting calmly on the ground. Abjack jumps, Calm's going to go ahead and get into the air with him, just to not allow any of that free space. Trust our defense here to be able to make some plays as we rotate around, and now we can force out the bumps. And this is really nice from Calm as he is rotating back. So he sees a bit of a mistouch from J-Naps, gonna leave the ball in a pretty dangerous spot. But Calm knows that there's currently no player available immediately to challenge it, as apparently Jack is going to be the one that will have to turn on this. But because we already have two Gen.G players out of the play, if we just cut this nice and early, it gives Jack absolutely no opportunity to move in, which is exactly what we're gonna see. Calm just staying composed, recognize, let's get this out of the dangerous spots, play it calmly over to the side, and just like that, we have ourselves a clear out as Nolly moves on forward. Playing the backboard now, we hear our teammate jump, so again, not going to get jumpy here. Just going to calmly wait to see how this 50-50 plays out. We see it pop out, but again, we recognize we are beat to this place, so we're not going to throw ourselves out of position into an unnecessary spot here. We're just going to maintain some composure on the backboard. We do get bumped, but then this is really smart from Calm here. He uses that bump to recover to the ceiling, and then utilizes the momentum gained to still put in a challenge on First Killer, which forces First Killer to have to move this ball in such a way that he might not really have wanted to. Bit of a double commit from the OG defense there, but this is another thing that I really like from Calm. So he recovers down to the ground, he sees the double commit, and yet he's not absolutely flying back to his net as fast as possible. He's trusting that his team can handle this situation, even though they find themselves in an awkward spot, and he's able to go ahead and just collect some boost and make his way on back into a good defendable position to be able to support his team. Again, right here, we're just calmly moving around, making sure we're forcing out touches, and then go ahead and get some control, try to lay this ball off to Nolly. Just not quite gonna work out, but again, we'll just calmly push forward here. Yeah, we only have 28 boost, but that is more than enough boost to be able to make a play, and if we don't utilize any as we're moving up the field, we can very easily make whatever play we need to make when the ball does come to us. Again here, recognizing space, another really nice play. So at this point, we have one defender behind us. Not really worried about them. We got Chronic on the goal line, and Abjack is currently floating in the air. So as we go up the wall here, we can see that Abjack is boosting to a spot on the ground. So we don't really need to worry about him challenging us. So our focus now is just to make the Gen.G defense as awkward as we can. The easiest way to make the entire Gen.G defense awkward right now is to drop this ball into an area right between them where we can maintain possession and continue on our merry way. So that is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to focus on getting the ball over Abjack into a spot that we can still maintain possession. Now we go ahead and focus on getting the ball around Chronic, which we do. And unfortunately, we get bumped, or else I guarantee this was going to be a hit off the backboard, back out into the midfield, and with First Killer positioned here at the near post, any OG attacker coming in from far post was going to have themselves a pretty easy shot. Unfortunately, though, Calm does get bumped out, but a very good attempt nonetheless. Just jumping up, making sure we're forcing out touches, not throwing ourselves out of position once again. And again, some more composure here. Chronic has this ball over the top of us. We're not going to jump up, though. We're not going to try to throw ourselves at it. We're just going to sit on the ground, make sure that Chronic doesn't try to go for any kind of control play. We know we have a teammate behind us on the backboard, so let's just force Chronic to get rid of possession of this ball, give him no space to work with on the ground, and give the ball for free to our teammate who is waiting behind us, which is exactly what we're gonna do as the ball goes for free right to JNaps. Pick up some boost here. We see Nolly ahead of us. Let him challenge first. And again, we recognize that demo, and immediately we survey our situation. We have plenty of space to work with. No reason to just boom this ball away. Let's take things slow and focus on taking the opponents out of the play. So pop the ball up. We have First Killer in the air. Let's try to get this over the top of him. And indeed we do. And again, if it wasn't for the narrow bump from the Gen.G defender onto Calm, we again would have a very dangerous attack coming forward with complete control of the ball. But again, Calm gets bumped off, which allows the Gen.G defense to recover. Possible shooting opportunity, just can't quite get there fast enough. But then a fantastic boost steal from Calm there to ensure that Gen.G can't maintain any kind of offensive pressure. Calm, again, going for the 50 here, recovering out of it, allowing JNaps forward. Nolly waiting on the side, Calm last back, but again, this is all about reading the position of the defense. So we got First Killer recovering back. First Killer's just taking that boost. We have all of Gen.G on the left side of midfield, which means any ball that pinches over to the right, we pretty much have a dead even race between ourselves and the members of Gen.G. So Calm is going to make the decision really quickly that when this ball pinches over, he's not going to be afraid of getting beat. He knows he's in a perfectly fine position to be able to win this ball. And that's kind of the biggest thing when it comes to composure. It's just absolutely knowing that you are in the best position you can possibly be to be able to make a play, and trusting the spot you've put yourself in to make whatever play you want to make. So in this situation here, Calm trusts that he is in a good position to be able to win this ball. He doesn't take the time to hesitate, to wonder if he's going to get beat, or question what happens if he does get beat, and he just goes and takes this challenge with Chronic and gets the win back to the midfield. Nolly pushing in, now going to leave with 0 boost. Calm again. This one's a little bit of a dive in here. Probably didn't need to leave the wall, but he's trying to get the block on first killer, but he could have just kept his wheels on the ground. That's really the first overcommit challenge we've probably really seen from Calm. But now, again, we're going to get back into our calm, smooth movement around the field. Don't need to panic here. Let's just go ahead and get in the air, get the block, not a big deal. Go ahead and get this clear out. Trying to take the shot, just couldn't quite put it around the defense, but with only 0 seconds left now, actually, we'll be heading to overtime here in Game 6. Gen.G's tournament life on the line. Let's see what OG can do in this situation. Good kickoff strat here, trying to go for control. Just can't quite, but again, more composure from Calm. So we got Appjack barreling down on us here, but we just pay attention. Look at the movement of Appjack's car. He's actually initiating a flip here, so we know that we have him beat to this ball. So let's just maintain composure. Let's not give this flip coming through any kind of ability to get a block on us. Let's trust what our eyes are telling us, and let's just go ahead and play this ball neatly around Appjack. And again, this is absolutely huge trust and composure from Calm. So if we're looking at this situation, Nolly's been demoed, so he's gone. JNaps is alone on defense on 0 boost, and yet Calm is not going to panic back to defense as fast as humanly possible. He's going to trust that JNaps is going to be able to handle his own business, get the clear over to the corner, and then get the clear out as well. And Calm is just going to maintain his smooth, calm movement in the midfield, and it's gonna allow OG to maintain more pressure on the field, because now Calm can push forward, again checking that rear view to see where the opponents are, to know how to handle the play. Ball popped up here, Calm gonna turn a bit aggressively, sees Chronic going for it, so alright, we'll just let him have it, that's totally fine. We have 2 defenders back, let's not rush anywhere. Nice easy boost pickups, we actually get bumped out, but again, we get bumped, and that can be a very stressful situation for a lot of people, especially because now, with us getting bumped, there's only 1 player in between Gen.G and our net. But again, we trust JNaps, he's gonna go ahead and get this play no problem, so we do not need to, like, wave dash our landing back to our own net. We can play nice and calm in the midfield, you know, this is fine. We're chilling. Nolly gets the touch. We're waiting mid for the possible shots. Doesn't happen. We see JNaps with the better angle, even though we're both on 0 boost. We allow him to come forward. And now we're going to read this touch out, make sure we keep the ball in. And now the big thing here at the end is going to be stealing boost from Gen.G. Calm takes the 1 corner, going to pressure Chronic as well. Not allow any kind of control out, and JNaps is going to be able to push the ball right back in. Appjack gets the first save, and now this is really smart from Calm. So as he's arrowing up here, we have first killer respawning on the left side, with both Appjack and Chronic also facing towards the left. So kind of like what we talked about last week when we talked about Joyo's performance, we want to look into the net for where is the best spot we can place this ball, and the answer is right here in the top corner, right behind where Appjack really is, making it as awkward as possible for Appjack to be able to make this save. So Calm sends in the shot. Because he doesn't have a whole lot of boost, it probably isn't as strong as he'd like it to be, but it does the job of forcing Appjack into an awkward save, and it's also baited first killer into jumping across as well, which leaves all 3 members of Gen.G kind of all very compact in one area of the net, not really able to cover a whole lot of anything. because now the only player left that can make a competent save right away is Chronic, and Calm is going to make sure that that is as little a problem as possible by forcing out the early jump, and JNaps is going to slot the ball right back into where Calm just shot it, and that is the Game 6 win for OG. So when it all comes down to it, it really is about that composure, vision, and confidence from OG, just absolute faith in each other to make the plays they need to make, which allows everyone else to be able to move around the field very smoothly, very calmly, and keep their eyes on the other players to make sure that when they have an opportunity on the ball, they're utilizing it to the best of their ability to play that ball around the defense while keeping it in their own possession, which leads to wins like this. Of course, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate each and every one of you that made it to this point in the video, and I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you click that subscribe button right down below so you make sure you don't miss any future Rocket League content. Additionally, if you'd like to be a bit more involved in the community we're building here, feel free to join my Discord, which I'll have linked down in the description. And as always, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. See you later, guys.